It's hard to imagine what it would be like to have skin as fragile as a butterfly's wings, where blisters and wounds form at the slightest touch. But this is the reality facing people suffering from epidermolysis bullosa, known as EB. I first got to know Debra Ireland a number of years ago when I met a young boy called Adam Graham, who has unfortunately since passed away due to the effects of EB, a currently incurable skin condition. Never had I seen something so heartbreaking or distressing. EB causes the skin layers and internal body linings to blister and wound at the slightest touch. Children with EB need their wounds pierced, drained and dressed each day in an agonising ritual which can last up to 4 hours. Even eating solids can have a devastating effect on their mouth and esophagus, and damage to their eyes can result in a child having to sit in the darkness for 3 to 4 days while their eyes heal. Adam's courage and strength while dealing with such a painful condition really struck a chord with me. I have since met many people with EB and their families, and I see the same courage and strength in each and every one of them. They, in my eyes, are life's true heroes. Debra Ireland is the charity which provides patient support services and drives research into treatments and cures for those living with EB. Without Debra Ireland, EB patients and their families would simply not receive the help they so desperately need, and research into this rare condition would be unlikely to occur. Dr. Rosemary Watson is a consultant dermatologist.
Well, in my 30 years of practice in medicine, I had never come across a condition as challenging as epidermolysis bullosa. And until 2006, my own feelings in caring for these patients with EB was that my role was really palliative, in that we took care of the day-to-day problems. But our whole medical community has become really excited since the preliminary publication of the successful gene therapy in a patient with epidermolysis bullosa. And since those researchers have all got together, we found that not only may gene therapy be a possibility for these children, but there are other therapies, for example, injection of the critical missing collagen molecule into wounds, injection of the cells that make the collagen molecule into wounds, and even bone marrow transplant. Now, there are only about 7 cases reported worldwide that I'm aware of that have had a bone marrow transplant. And while this is a very drastic treatment, a potential curative treatment, there is promise in that some of the children are apparently doing well with much less blistering, and that they're now engrafting the donor cells, and they're beginning to produce the collagen in their own skin. So this is tremendously exciting, and this wouldn't have happened without the fundraising that Debra Ireland have done. And not only that, but they have coordinated the whole scientific effort worldwide to drive this on and to hopefully find a cure for these children and adults.
Everyone in Debra Ireland has a very close connection to the patients and their families, including myself. I was so inspired by a brave young hero, Robert O'Neill, that I had him as a guest on my chat show. He was remarkable in what he had achieved. Robert attended university and took up a full-time job working with those with disabilities in the Limerick area.
I found out that because of the type of EB I have, skin cancer is very prevalent as you get older because of the constant regeneration of skin. And I've had 7 of the skin cancers in the last 4 years, and it is deadly. There is no treatment except surgery. So if you don't catch it in time, there's nothing can be done. And I reached that stage nearly last year in 2006, 2007.
Robert battled this cancer for over 5 years, but it eventually took its toll on him, and sadly he passed away at the very young age of 28. As Dr. Watson has pointed out, all the research and treatment costs money. With Debra Ireland receiving no guaranteed funding, they have to raise every single cent through fundraising campaigns and donations like yours. I believe that with your help, Debra Ireland will find treatments and end the heartache that Adam and Robert had to endure. Together we can find a cure, not in the distant future, but in our lifetimes. I implore you to support Debra Ireland in whatever way you can.